Welcome in, have a seat. Kick back and relax, cause it's that time of the week. How's your day? Was it great? Well, it'll get better with Otaku Cafe. Nostalgia, let the memories bloom. All these stories in my head are gonna make me go boom. Kick back and relax, turn the volume to the max, bob your head until you're dead. Yeah! Yeah! Kick back and relax, turn the volume to the max, bob your head until you're dead. Yeah!
All right, we are back for part 2 for our fall season finale. For those that are just tuning now, Starman is not here right now because he has a lot to take care of right now, but we thank him for being here for the award ceremony at the very least. But now it's time for our top 10 along with some honorable mentions. Well, only me and Chris are going to have honorable mentions, and once we get to number 9, Ethan is going to take over. But yeah, guys, should we just not waste any time?
I know you don't want to because you want to go to bed.
Well, so what else can we do? we talked about all the awards. We gave a lot of awards. Some we had the same of, some we didn't.
I was happy when it was all said and done with some of the adjustments that were made. I'm happy, except for one, fucking orb not being sci-fi.
But guys, we're gonna get to that. Our winter watch list, and then we will tell you about our annual plans. So, guys, are you ready?
Yeah, buddy.
All right.
Yep.
Chris, honorable mention 3.
Bleach. Man, I really, really forgot how much this arc sucks. Man, if I could just forget this arc and, just like skip past all the bullshit being pulled out of thin air, all the jobbing of these characters who are supposedly like the strongest of their class to like bullshit powers. It's just way too much. I mean, I'm going back into it just because, oh, hey, it's Bleach, but like, fucking hell. And I know that there's nothing after this because we only have, like, from Kubo, the one extra chapter where we see after what happens in the future, and then he sets up for this fucking amazing possible hook for a new story, but we still haven't gotten anything. So I'm writing this show off.
All right. For me, my honorable mention 3 is Forbidden Abductions Season 2.
Only in the list because you had to put something in for 13.
Pretty much. Yeah, because I have like 5 shows not on here, so otherwise it would not be on here at all. So yeah, the last bottom 5 or so are here because of default. So guys know that because a lot of the good ones are going over in winter.
Mm-hmm. Same.
So
literally,
I like the stuff of House of M. Does everything that did not involve them. It's just like I'm grown. I was over it. I don't care about the small little minute developments. Like I wanted the real meaning of the matter, and I just didn't get it. So that part left me disappointed. So that is my honorable mention 2. Oh, sorry, I'll mention 3. Chris, what is your second one?
Blue Lock Season 2.
Oh man, really?
Yep. The only reason why this show is even on this list is because of fucking everything that's happened after Nagi's kick in the match. Like that like kicked off, oh hey, we have an animation budget again. Let's fucking go.
Okay, fair. Honorable mention 2 for me is God App season 2. That ending lost me. I
What, you don't trust the vision?
I was with the vision until how it ended, and then we're like, we'll be back anyway. I like that they did explain stuff, but again, I think near the end it got a little silly, especially with how it ends. I'm like, all right, this leaves like an open. We got back to episode 1 basically. This time he saved the cat. They made it seem like, is he dead? Is he not dead?
No, he didn't die.
He didn't die.
No. He's just like most likely passed out from the, oh man, I got hit by a truck.
Yes, and they just left that open.
Yep.
If there even is a season 3, I don't think there's gonna. But what else can he do? They beat God.
They can beat God again.
They could beat God again.
They can go visit Drakengard. Or yeah, Drakengard.
They can go to another planet and defeat their god.
True. All right. What?
God App didn't make my list, just to throw that out there.
Like I said, it wouldn't have if I didn't have shows that were not continuing. All right, what's your next?
My next one is Notorious Talker Runs the Greatest Clan. It is what it is. It's edgy as fuck, but you know what? It's fucking like entertaining.
What's it called? Notorious Talker what?
Notorious Talker Runs the Greatest Clan.
Jesus Christ, that's a mouthful and a half.
Oh yeah, it is. They all are. It's like, yeah, sure. It's not that great of a story, but like the main character is crazy as fuck. He stabs a dude in his eye for trying to like poison him for when they try to get out of paying him for what for the job they done. Sold his former teammates into slavery because they tried to like run out with their money, leaving them with fucking a shit ton of debt. Oh, it's fucking hilarious the shit that dude would do. So yeah, that's my number 11.
Okay. And my number 11, my last honorable mention, is Negative Positive Angler. It was fun for what it was. I do wish I did get a little bit more of it, but I like that it was more about the friendship with Sunihiro and Takagi instead of with the girl. And that, like some of the episodes were just tame in the middle, but when we got to like the drama aspect of it, it was good. So that's why my honorable mention is the Angler. But still, not a bad original. I didn't regret watching it. It's just not a favorite. All right, now it's time. Number 10.
My number 10 is Acrotrip. I fucking love this story. The story was great. I enjoyed watching Date Chizuko just try to understand the situation she got herself in, but loving every bit of it because she got to see close up of her idol kicking her boss's ass essentially, and learning that how all the characters are all connected. It was fun.
Okay. Number 10 for me is Tower of God Season 2. Again, not bad. Again, much better than Part 1. It's just more of I like the last stuff better. Also, guys, from basically 10 to 4 is the scores below a 4 or less. So that's what you guys know. That's how it is from stuff being carried over. But no, we talked about Tower of God a lot. There's plenty of like, I'm just happy that the original team is back together. Raxo is a treat. Endorsi, Kun, they got Bam back. So I'm happy with all of it. So yeah, number 10, Tower of God, Season 2. And now, top anime number 9. Now, Ethan's going to join us.
Mhm.
This one was a toss up between whether or not Aki got a happy ending. So, like, because she totally did, which she did deserve, I gave this one to 365 days till the wedding because I enjoyed the couple and their journey to like realize, oh hey, sure, marriage may be difficult, but you know, if it's with someone you actually care about, it can be, you know, worth it.
Okay. Ethan, number 9.
Before I start off, I just want to say that if I had my choice, I would have put ReZero as number 1, Orb as number 2, Blue Box as number 3, Trillion Game as number 4.
He's gonna spoil his whole list.
No, I'm just saying this is where I would have put them if I could have put them, which means my everything else.
Your top 4 would have been
It
stuff
is
that-
the stuff carrying over.
Yeah, the stuff that
Okay,
carrying
the
over.
top
So everything
four.
else, yeah, those 4 would have shut down at least
A lot of this.
yeah, a lot of this. So actually, that's 13. So everything else kind of would have made it. I guess depending on how Kenshin and Daima and Miburo would have ended, they would have taken out some of these. So I just want to know that. I just want you to know that my top 4 would not be in my top 4. With that said, my number 9 by default is How I Attended an All Guys Mixer. Again, as I said before, it started out early on. You know, it was really good. I enjoyed it. First 4 episodes were popping, and then just the continuation with Hagi being a fucking stupid fuck and Kohaku being meh, just didn't do it for me. Asagi and what's her face, Fuji. They were funny early on, and then it kind of was very repetitive at the end of the day. Although they made more progress in terms of actual physical contact than either Suo or Tokiwa, and certainly Hagi and Kohaku. But they were funny for the most part, and of course, the best couple was out of that entire anime was Tokiwa and Suo, who are by far the most intriguing of the bunch. Will I watch a season 2? Yeah. Will I have a lot lower of expectations than I did in season 1? Yeah. Do I care if it comes back? No. Flat 3 stars. Flat. Actually, no, I lied. I said before I was at 2.75. We said on the podcast. One of my first animes in God knows how long that I rated under a 3.
Gotcha. Yeah, number 9 for me is You Are Miss Servant. I really liked it. I thought it was very wholesome. I love Yuki. The main boy, I could take or leave him. And just the ending just threw me off. Like what the fuck was it? Chris, what was that? Tell me.
it was giving us more questions than we ever needed answers.
Yeah, like this is just how it ended. Like, why did she just get upset after saying like I love you? Like she had a day to fake it over, and all of a sudden it's not good.
Are they vampires? Why does main character's dad still?
Why were they running? Why was that child screaming mom? But if that didn't happen, it probably would have bumped up 1 or 2 more. But
flag.
Yeah, this a flat end, and so because of that, yeah, number 9, Miss Servants. And now for number 8. Chris.
My number 8 is Let This Grieving Soul Retire. I enjoyed a lot of the show. I enjoyed the characters and how they interacted. Hell, the only reason why this is so low is for the next 2, the only reasons why these are so low is because everything else was better in my opinion, or gave me more. The only reason why this show is so low is because I want to see more of these characters. I enjoyed seeing all the girls attempt to throw themselves over the main character. I enjoyed seeing the main character just be a lazy fuck and try to get out of doing anything. Oh, hey, Flag, don't climb on my TV, please. And I'm going to pass that off. Well, I save my TV. Flag, get the fuck out. There you go. Ethan, you're up.
Yeah. Number 8.
Number 8 for me was Gun Gale Online Season 2. Nothing insulting, just very bland. The story was marginally better than season 1. Like I said earlier in the podcast, way back a few hours ago, going on fucking 3 hours ago, almost 4 hours ago now.
Thankfully this is quick. So
yeah, thankfully. But no, in all seriousness, it's just the story is just very marginal. It's very whatever. It doesn't really go anywhere. It's just, a part of the Sword Art Online like universe. But if you don't watch it, you're not really missing out a hell of a lot. There's not many references to Sword Art Online. And it's just, it's got cool fights, like, lots of gunplay and things like that. A little bit of comedy, but it's not anything too overly hilarious. It's just okay. Excuse me.
Bless you. Number 8, Bleach. I get the problems I have with the series in general got more exposed in this, and again, the ass pulls, the over the top, the random exposition for characters we knew for so fucking long. Now we're getting the development of this other background. All of a sudden, it's like, why?
Mm-hmm.
It's nice, but why?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And some of the fights didn't really feel impactful, except for Kurisuchi in the hand. That was really the only one that felt like, this was actually good. Like, that's cool. It fits, but the other ones I just didn't.
Well, the ending, I will say, the ending of Kyoraku and Nanao.
That was fine. Just the stuff leading up to it, just like, eh.
Why won't he die?
Yeah. Why won't you? Where's that Austin Powers? Like, why won't you die?
Serious? Yeah, put that in your fucking reel for next time.
Yeah, there's like multiple pages. I got a Buckstar Mail on that.
Yeah, you do.
But no, this is definitely my least favorite part. Like I've been fairly positive about parts 1 and 2, but this one, no, I can't. I know people have hyped this one way too much, saying this is the best one. I was like, no,
hell no. That's still part 1.
Yeah, you guys are fucking nuts.
Part 1 was the best part, easy.
So there we go. But yeah.
Number 7.
Yeah, hold on. I'm just
trying to type everything up.
Yeah, like I'm not. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it was trying to make me create an event. Like I'm not creating an event. All right. Number 7.
My number 7 is probably gonna piss off Starman. My number 7 is Ranma 1/2. Only for the I enjoyed the series, but everything else was better, and it's hard to explain because my number 2 is really disappointing. Oh man, I enjoyed Ranma 1/2, but just I can't really explain it.
Was it missing something for you to enjoy it more?
It was the nips, wasn't it? No nips. That's what killed it.
The communism. It didn't have the communism.
the real complaints here. The left communists.
Commies. I want my commies.
But no. I don't know. It just felt like it was missing something. Like I wanted to see more. Yeah, sure. The character Ranma and Akane had their moments, but it felt real rushed for how Ranma started to not be a complete dick to Akane, despite her. Oh, Plague, why are you like this? Plague killed my camera.
Yeah, Plague.
Cat. They really like.
That's what you get. Whoa.
When you put Ranma so low.
Yep.
Okay.
While he is figuring it, is there anything else for you, Chris? There you go.
Okay. Yeah, it felt rushed that between how the characters got closer. I wish we had more time with them being antagonistic towards each other before we got into the oh hey, maybe we can have some actual an actual friendship before we just go straight head over heels for each other.
Yeah. Right, that's fair. Even
number 6?
7.
7, sorry. Forbidden Deduction Season 2. To your point, Matt, the opening was really good, the middle was kind of meh, and the end was really solid, except for the finale, which I was highly disappointed by when it was all said and done. I mean, at the end of the day, though, if you like mystery anime, this isn't the worst anime that you can watch. I don't regret watching it in any stretch of the imagination. I didn't mind the
I'm
middle.
still intrigued. There's just
Yeah, I didn't mind the
it's
middle
like,
as much
like-
as
it's
you
like-
didn't
it's
like it.
It's like you blue balled us. That was my issue.
Yeah, it's just it's okay. Like I said, I mean, if I keep in I added 4 anime. It would have made the honorable mention number 1, I think, right? But I don't know. It's okay. Like I said, I don't regret it. Everything else above it was just way better, more impactful.
Gotcha. Number 7 for me is Blue Lock. Despite the great finale, just the scheduling really fucked it up with production to really prevent it. Because if it didn't have this issue, this would have been in top 5. But given these circumstances, it's definitely lackluster in certain parts. The art and the characters they're still fine. It's just stuff behind the studio that prevented it from being something what it could have been. Because I was really looking forward to this arc, and the PowerPoint shit, just fucking them over, just didn't do many favors. But they saved us with the last 2 to give us some type of saving grace, maybe of a certain potential for when we get more. If they do like a re-release like they did with episode Nagi for the Nagi movie, for the Blue Lock movie, and just touch it up a bit, I think it would be better if they tried it like that. So I have fun though, despite the nitpicks. I just enjoyed it, especially again that final minute thing. That was just great. So yeah, number 7, Blue Lock. And now number 6.
My number 6 is Mecha Ude Mechanical Arms. As I said earlier, I really enjoyed how it brought me back to. It made me feel like I was watching a Trigger original anime, or or something like Gurren Lagann. The story was okay. The characters were fun, and how they interacted with each other was great. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Ethan?
Number 6 for me was 365 Days Until the Wedding. Originally, I had Forbidden Deductions above this, but the finale of 365, honestly, out of all the finales that I've seen thus far, was one of the top ones, in my opinion, just because we got the happy ending. Everything made sense. I was really taken aback by that ending in a positive light. So it made strides from that perspective. The rest of the anime is okay. I was with Chris when he was mentioning it during the awards. And during his piece as well, for his top, that when you look at when you look at 365 Days, if you can get over how awkward they are at the beginning, it works itself out. It's a slow build, but it's not bad. They're adults. That's another thing that's appreciated, is it's an adult-oriented comedy with actual adults, not teenagers. The only thing I guess I can make a critique on in the finale that I didn't like is the fact that it was very drab, the way that they basically they didn't officially hint at the guy that was causing all the commotion with I'm going to spill your secret. I'm going to spill your secret. They never really did anything with him. And then you can kind of tell who it was. It was just some random backdrop character that had no real meaning to either character. It's not like he liked Rika up, or he appreciated Takia. It was just there.
I thought it was
You sound robotic as shit, Chris. What'd you say?
I thought it was Rika's dad. It's probably because Pike's on my computer again. Pike, get the hell down from there.
You think it was Rika's dad? I don't know if it was Rika's dad. When I looked at the line, it looked like some dude in the office.
No, because here's my thought onto why it might be him. Because her mom was talking to someone saying, "Hey, you sure they're together? Because they sound or you sound like you sure she's married, because she sure doesn't sound like it, or engaged."
Yeah, I mean, maybe, but I mean, they left us kind of hanging from that perspective. So I wasn't a fan of that. But outside of that, like I said, the finale was really nice. The lifestyle fairly nice. And I guess, even the overall plot was relatable. I don't think anybody would like to be told that the company that you're working for is going to send you somewhere because of your lifestyle. But granted, logic told me early on, like, okay, well, just quit and find a new job. That makes all the sense in the world, right? But they didn't do that, so that was what it was. So it's okay. Come to think of it, what did I give? What did I give Wedding anyway? Because I might lower it because of that. I think I'm trying to see what I gave it on Analyst. Yeah, I gave it a 3. Okay, yeah, it's 3.75. Yeah, I give it there. That's fine. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's it for me. 6.
Number 6 for me is Beastars Final Season Part 1.
Mm.
I know we're gonna get to again Part 2, but for how they did Part 1, it ain't bad. I really like Melon. Ghost is a badass. Same with the Beastar. They portray them really well for this first part.
Mm-hmm.
I like the mystery of it, but it's just more of I just like the other ones coming up better. But this is still an enjoyable one. So I got me excited to see how they're gonna wrap it up for final season part 2.
Mm.
So yeah, that's for me. Number 6, Beastars. But now then, top anime number 5.
My number 5 is Tasuketsu, Fate of the Majority. As I touched on earlier, I didn't really enjoy how it started, what it caught me at first was how the suspense of it, which this weird, mysterious emperor character telling everyone, "Hey, make a decision, or you gotta cast a vote, or you're gonna die in this death game," which you have no idea how it'll kill you. It's just by fucking magic, but from what it seems. But it started to lose me when it introduced the magical superpower into this thing. But by the end of this season, or by the end of the show, it managed to like regain the attention it lost. I enjoyed the characters, and all the like. How do I explain? Fuck. I just enjoyed it. I'm just gonna leave it at that and not fuck myself over.
Okay. Even number 5.
Yakuza Fiance. Yakuza Fiance was my number 5. When it was all said and done, realistically, I don't like the principle of having somebody that the hyper obsessive boyfriend over the girl, but they did it the best that I've seen it thus far. Very much like overprotection, of course, like Yakuza, but at the same degree, it was entertaining. They were both funny. They have a chemistry throughout that I think is really entertaining from that aspect. As I mentioned with Yoshino, she's always down with the bullshit. Even though she's not really down with it, but she's still going to defend him. She's still going to be there, keep him alive. If anybody's going to kill him, it's going to be her. It's not going to be nobody else. And Kirishima is still badass as fuck. Shoma is a very interesting character in his own right, and that was cool. And then just the drama, it wasn't as tension filled like you're going to get with an Orb or a ReZero. But the drama was very fun and intriguing. The sexual like etchiness of it, like the suggestive scenes and things of that nature was obviously entertaining. The dialogue, obviously, when it comes to, I'm a sucker for new age dialogue, and they have a lot of new age dialogue since, even though they're Yakuza, they're still in high school. And so some of the dialogue they use is absolutely hilarious. They do a good job also of denoting the dialects, right? So Kirishima's from Tokyo. He speaks like a normal Japanese person, quote unquote normal. But you have Yoshino, who's from Osaka, and they're more country, right? And they capture that really well from that perspective as well, the different accents that you'll hear in the various state locations in Japan. So I thought that was done. The side characters, as I mentioned, with Shoma and then Tsubaki as well, fairly interesting from that piece. So very much enjoyed it. Again, they did a good job with the finale. I thought, as I mentioned earlier on, the finale was a little bit too like set up for a season 2. Like they went and did too much for it, but with what they did do and what they managed to accomplish, I thought that was a really good setup. So hopefully it comes back for a season 2. So yeah, another 3.75. Gun Gale was a 3.25. Guys Mix 2.75. Deductions 3.25. I think I said that already. And then Wedding and Yakuza are both 3.75s for me. So everything else from 4 onwards is a 4. I didn't give any 5s this season whatsoever.
Number 5 for me is 2.5 Dimensional Seduction. The second half was so much better, and I'm glad it was the case to make it grade a little bit higher. It would still be in top 10, even with stuff being carried over. That's awesome, buddy. I'm glad you were able to meet him.
He is dope. He is dope. I met him in person too. He complimented my style. I got impeccable style.
But I still have fun. There were still edgy moments. There were still slice of life moments. There were still romantic feelings. They got some drama out of it with Arya's dad and everything. So yeah, I definitely like to all that. So the Dimensional Seduction, I'm on for the ride for season 2, for sure. Now number 4.
My number 4 is also 2.5 seduction.
All right.
Yeah, I really love the fucking Okamura talking to Arya's dad. That moment was fucking great.
Yeah, that was the best part.
Yeah, and then Risa realizing her feelings for Okamura was good too.
And he heard it.
He fucking heard it.
I'm like, oh no.
And he's starting to see girls as people, not just, women.
Yeah. What's not allowed? Misogyny. Why? They're people now.
God.
Now, after how many episodes?
Multiple.
Too many. Too fucking many.
I made him laugh.
It's rare.
I got popped up. He broke character. He's corpsing. Send for the man.
He's half corpse. He's still like he's still like a warm corpse.
Yeah, still sent for the man. Or even Ocean number 4.
I couldn't wait to talk about this. I just want you to know, if I was able to fully rate it in spring, had they not delayed it 6 months, I would have rated it number 7 in spring. Had I been able to count the other 4 anime that I said at the beginning of me starting the talk, it would have been number 8 in the fall. But nonetheless, it did an incredible job, I think, with the final 2 episodes. Whisper Me a Love Song managed to break above the majority of the anime. I want to read something specific that I wrote in regards to this, and I think it'll make some sense as to one of the reasons why it kind of captured me so much. Where is it? Okay, so I'm gonna read just this paragraph. The show does an okay job, depending on how one looks at it, and not over-sexualizing the lesbian relationships. The last line is plural because the anime does a great job of really integrating our side characters and making them a true second story, turning a basic lesbian anime into one with plenty of layers and love stories for them as well, that in thinking back, were built quite nicely. If I'm being honest, I found myself more invested in the side story of Aki and Shiho, which I know Chris hates, but I found myself legitimately
no joy.
No hope, no joy.
I found myself genuinely like intrigued. By the way, I don't think we did Whisper, did we? In our review.
Oh shit! I forgot.
We didn't do Whisper.
Say that for the year.
We didn't do Whisper. Hey Matt, we could talk about it. We got time.
I
Let me finish my thing, and then we'll talk about.
Yeah. We'll talk about overall thoughts of it.
Yeah, overall thoughts. I found myself invested in the story of Aki and Shiho due to the true emotional backstory between them. In this lesbian universe, every featured character has a backstory that intertwines into another character's and creates intrigue as a seemingly basic band rival story blossoms into far more than expected. And I think really that's what really kind of like caught me aback from that standpoint is the fact that, you know, when you look at the type of A, obviously it's LGBTQ plus anime, so that's wonderful. B, it's Yuri. I love Yuri. C, in terms of how they were able to integrate all the stories, right? You have what's her face? Whose name I always forget. I always forget the fucking main character's name. It's, Hima, right? Himari. There we go. Hima. So when you think of Hima, right? One girl that was like the crux to everything, but didn't really love anyone to that same degree. Everything was just very friendly until she found someone that she really adored. And basically, this one freshman girl turned a bunch of other girls who had different issues in their personal life, brought them all together when they were drifted apart or in different realms because of their like emotional distress and their thinking, and was able to create whole relationships with this, and not only just create relationships, but get over grieving. Because as we know with the story, Shiho and her bandmates are grieving over one of their lost bandmates, especially Shiho, because of the fact that that was her rival and her best friend. And you know, the way she was able to help her move past that and move along while bridging the gap between everybody, I thought was splendidly done. Animation was solid, but the musical composition, I think, really puts the cherry on top of this. As I said when I gave it the soundtrack of the season, the stories and the songs in particular are built around the stories of conveying your feelings through art, through emotion, through, you know, being able to basically say those feelings that you can't say out loud. And I think everybody has that reality at some point in their life where you can't say what you're thinking out loud for one reason or another, whether you can't, whether you don't want to, whether you're scared, whether you don't know how to express it, and you do it through art, a painting, a writing, song, dance, however you express yourself, you do that. And especially in the last 2 episodes of the season, I thought they did a tremendous job in terms of being able to really like hammer that home. And even though Chris is upset that Shiho gets a happy, and especially Aki gets a happy ending,
Shiho deserves happiness. Aki doesn't. Fuck Aki.
I enjoyed it very much. And like I wrote in the caption and in the passage I just wrote, I found myself really more enthralled because once Hima and Yori got together, they were good. They didn't really have any problems or anything like that. They had their cute moments, but nothing really strained them. And then it became basically the story turned into a story of two halves. The main characters, they get together, and then pulling the other characters out of their emotional distress and bringing them together and giving a second happy ending. And I thought that was really well done. Captured me, appreciated the shit out of it. I gave it just a blank 4 from that piece. So well done to Whisper Me a Love Song, even though I had to wait 6 months, which sucked. It is what it is. I forgive it because of how it made me feel and when it was all said and done.
Yeah, I gave it a 3 3/4 overall. It was more of the early episodes. Maybe got a little bit cringe with how what's the main girl's name? Hina?
Himari.
Himari. Yeah, well, kind of how she was acting about it seemed like very generic, goofy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more of the other bandmates I was more interested in. This is more of Himari who's just there at times.
Yeah, I just thought she was a pretty decent protagonist. Wouldn't have not given her protagonist of the year by any stretch of the imagination, but
again, she was good at the end. Just the first half, she was just kind of annoying. She just
a little bit. That's fair.
But I like the music. Songs are nice. When we had the actual drama part of it, it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Having the dead friend and all that.
Always hits home when you have a dead friend. That means something. Always does.
Yeah. And they did a nice job for like portraying that. So
yeah.
So I appreciate it for that.
I know it didn't get on your list, but
no, it's just more of it was like with Uncle. I'm not gonna add it just for like one episode or two.
Yeah. Well, I had no choice.
I know, but I'm saying like for me though, like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
If they did
Chris-
if they did a rebroadcast, sure, but they didn't do that.
Yeah, Chris, while we have you, what do you think of Whisper? All things considered.
Or you don't remember the last 10 episodes.
No, I remember it. I remember like hazily. I remember fucking Shiho's bandmates getting together after one of the sister died, which was hilarious.
That's fucking wild.
I love it.
I enjoyed Yori and Himari's relationship. I just don't like the Aki getting any form of happiness. I think she's a massive cunt.
She the devil, ma.
She's hot though.
I can fix it.
She's got nice long fingers. I have a thing for girls with long fingers. Anyway,
My issue with Aki is that like she's two-faced. She's, oh hey, don't worry, Yori, I support you. Don't go out with the freshman. Don't go out with the freshman. Hey freshman, I totally support you going after my best friend. What are you doing being all wishy-washy? You're hurting her, you know. You are a terrible person. You should kill yourself. Oh, Shiho, I don't care about you, but I actually do because the girl I enjoy, I thought I was in love with, isn't paying attention to me because I offered no signals on showing her why I actually care about her. Fuck that. She's such a two-faced bitch. I would have loved her more if she was straight, like not knowing she had feelings for Yori, and then Shiho like basically drags her out of the closet.
that would have been intriguing. So what'd you give it? 3?
3.
Okay. What's your number 4, Matt? Now that we're done talking about Whisper.
Yeah, my number 4 is Sengoku Yoko. I love the journey of it. Senya's a better protagonist than Jinka. A lot of the characters grew, not even just in age, just in development. Nicely balanced. I wish we had more of the Doran fight with the dragon, the tiger dragon fight.
Mm-hmm.
If the whole thing was not if 80% of
If
it
it
was
wasn't
not
a flashback,
if it wasn't a flashback, and we got like if it was half and half, I would have been okay. But the fact that it wasn't though is like because that would have been my fight of the season. That didn't happen because I was just so fucking into it. But everything about it was just very nice. It's a simple adventure with some powers and some nice characters. There's really nothing to hate about it. I was satisfied. It was very satisfying. That's why I gave that number 4.
That's what she said. Very sad.
Now let's do number 3.
my 3 is Sengoku Yoko.
Yes.
Second time that's happened.
For most of the same reason, like you said, Matt. I really enjoyed Senya much more than Jinka. Jinka was just too fucking wild, but I enjoyed seeing Jinka mellow the fuck out.
Yep.
And be awkward as fuck with Senya. That was so fucking funny.
Yeah. Like, hey, oh yeah, that's the guy I tried to kill.
And I also enjoyed seeing the journey after, like, fucking Senya journeys alone, traveling around Japan, saying hi to like the new fucking like learning what everyone does after the events of the series. Except the Void people. Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck those people. We never saw them again, huh?
We never saw them again.
Yeah, not like, oh, I wonder how they're doing or anything like that. We had none of that.
They're probably dead.
Oh, they fucking better.
Damn. Okay. Fuck. Well,
What's your number 3, Ethan?
Jesus. Ranma 1/2. Even though I complained about it a fair bit when it came to that middle part with the figure skaters, all things considered, it was a very, very funny show. Shampoo stole the show for me toward the last 3 episodes. Absolutely stole the show. Not a humongous fan of Ryoga, but he's got his place, and he certainly is one of the more pivotal main characters. The sister's family, that poor father needs more love. The panda dad needs to stop being such a dick. He's funny as fuck, but less dick would be funny too, in its own way. But of course,
Getting a
obviously,
less dick.
huh,
He's getting less dick by turning Rama into a chick.
bro, it's fucking wild. But no, all things considered, obviously the story revolves around Ranma and Akane, and I'm not a humongous fan of the tsundere aspect of rom coms when it comes to Japanese anime, but it has its place, and I think realistically, again, I'm not well versed in older anime or animes from yesteryear, like the 90s, 2000s, and early 2000s and such. So I don't necessarily know where I can point to like one of the starters of tsundere in principle for the overarching world of rom-com. But I'd like to think, at least from what I have seen, that this probably was a decent gauge in terms of how to do the type of tsundere that they do, similar to like a Taiga from damn it, what's the name of that show that she's on?
Toradora.
Toradora, yeah, exactly. This definitely reminds me of like a prequel to something like that. And of course, the actual action itself is pretty solid in terms of like the fights and things like that. I love anything martial arts, being a Taekwondo black belt, so I appreciate the shit out of that. They do that really well. And yeah, like I said, this thing really leans on its comedy and does a really great job of it. So solid enough for my number 3.
Number 3, Sumo Show, or if my wife became an elementary school student.
Mm.
Again, recently losing someone, this grief affects people differently, and they actually have done a really nice job with it. As I said before, my main gripe was the comedy aspects in the beginning felt a little awkward or out of place. Like I get why they did it. It just how it translated didn't fully connect, so it just felt weird. But when we got to the drama of Marika's living situation with the neglectful, abusive mother, what happened to her, why she was like this, actually changing for the better, and with Keisuke, he was more ready to move on once he found out that it was a possession, not a reincarnation. And I'm glad it wasn't just him that had to, like, it was more of the daughter as well. And like, she was in denial, thinking it's gonna be forever. She believed it was a full on reincarnation, but people don't come back.
Mm.
That's reality, and it sucks.
Mm.
And sometimes people have to hear that, but like you can't forget about them.
No.
This, but like yeah, like they'll be like even if there's years, it's still gonna hurt. It doesn't get better. It just gets easier. That's really all it is for that. And I like that Kisuke did decide to move on. I was a little disappointed that him getting remarried was just a facade. But I get it. Not everyone has to remarry to be happy. People are happy in their own ways. He's just happy to have a friend. I can appreciate that. It's just more if you're gonna go that far, may as well go all the way type of thing, or just don't do it at all. But I get the wife needed to see that okay, my husband's gonna be fine without me, and my daughter's getting married. She's gonna have her own life too, so she'll be happy too. So making sure that they were both happy at the end. So I gave it a 4. I still really liked it. It probably will be in my top 30 somewhere for sure. I will talk more about it more in depth with it. But no, I really liked it. I wish other people did watch it, but just the name threw people off, and I completely understand why. Because we see, oh, my wife was elementary school student. What the fuck is this shit?
Threw me off.
They think it's this cheese pizza bait type of thing. And I'm like, it's not. It's yeah, they could have picked a different day, and that's why I call it Sumo Show. That is what it is called as well. So that's why for that. But yeah, no, number 3, Sumo Show. Sure. But that leaves number 2. Chris.
My number 2 is Loner Life in Another World. As I spoke about it before, I really enjoyed the protagonist interacting with his classmates, interacting with the world, trying to find a way to survive with bullshit, weak abilities, and just the adventure of it all. I can't really say much up more on this because it's sort of a last minute change due to what my original number two is, but I'll say that after I say my number one.
Okay. I think I know who your number one is, but Ethan.
Bleach is my number 2.
Wait, hold up.
It literally this last little two, like it knocked it down to 2. So now you know what my number 1 is.
Man, you have
But for that much, for that one to be okay, all right.
I told you I'm a broken man, Matt. They broke me. They broke me.
Let me fix. Let me go try to change that.
Oh,
I had it ready.
No, keep in mind, right? If I had been able to count my 4, this would have been number 6 on my list.
That's still too high.
I'm a simpleton, right? So for
Well,
all the
if I count my stuff, it would be honorable mention.
yeah, I know. I mean, at the end of the day, like I'm still a simpleton. The animation's great, superb, visuals awesome, musical composition great. It still tugs on my heartstrings as an OG. It's still entertaining. We can complain all about like the plot being fucking so sideways it drives you batshit, but you can't ever leave watching a Bleach episode and not be entertained, even if you're laughing at the plot. It's still entertaining to laugh at the plot. I will forever be entertained by this. I totally agree with you guys. This is the weakest of the 3 plots thus far. Like I said, I've hit my breaking point in terms of pulling shit out of your ass to fucking like, oh my god, it's incredible. Like the first season they did it, fucking balls to the wall, amazing. Second season, a little bit of a stretch, but I still enjoyed it a lot. And this season, every fight, with the exception, like Matt said, of Mayuri and Nemo versus the Hand, and then the end of the Kiraku and Nanase fight versus the fucking stupid god chicken that won't fucking die. Outside of those, it was just kind of like whatever. This finale, like I said, just killed it. It's like, Uryu, why don't you join us? I'm not going to join you. Why? I'm going to kill him myself. There's so many other ways they could have gone about it. The plot holes, the loopholes, it's just so fucking baffling. I guess a positive I can say about Bleach from that perspective is the fact that we still continue, even now, to get more and more cameo appearances. Cannot wait for Aizen to finally show up and help them. That inevitable fucking fight with Aizen is going to be fucking amazing. And yeah, so I mean, there's still more to look forward to. There's more to like about it than there isn't to like about it, but I agree. I was left really kind of disheartened from that standpoint with Bleach. Just due to just how repetitive, just pulling shit out of your ass and fucking saying, trying to make it stick on the wall. It's not sticking anymore for me. Nonetheless, though, I gave it a flat 4 for the season.
Number 2 for me is Ranma Half. I had a lot of fun. It's it's not realistic with the figure skate and all that. It is that entertainment, shonen, some nice martial arts. I like the characters. Shampoo's great. So is Akane. Both Ramas real good. They all have a place to fit in. Even the side characters, they're endearing, or some are also annoying, like the ones that are trying to fuck one or the other. Either both Ramas or one Rama or an Akane or anything. There's a lot of stuff going on with the characters to make it fun, to make it more engaging with chemistry and things, even if it's either a good or a bad with their relationship between them. When we do get the action, it's nice. I like the choreography of it. Romance is a slow build, but usually that's more rewarding if done right. Very well animated. For it being Mappa and not whipping them or paying them like only $2 for a 5-minute break, sure. But I have fun with it, so that's why Rama is my number 2. And our final one, our number 1.
Matt,
Sure.
what do you think my number 1 is?
Gushing over magical girls.
Probably the same as mine.
No, Matt, I'm sorry. I can't. I really can't. I really wanted it was gonna be my number 2, but then I was like, no, I can't. That ending with that fucking cliffhanger ending was so fucking bad. As much as I really fucking love Dandadan, I can't in good faith say, yeah, this they ended the season really well. And it's not even a
So you removed it from your list completely.
I removed it from my list completely because that cliffhanger was dog shit.
Wow.
Okay.
My number 1 is Maggie Lumiere, Magical Girl Company Limited. Whatever.
You can't even say your number 1.
It fuck off. I'm tired. I fucking really love this show. It really took me by surprise by how much I really enjoyed seeing seeing this show every week. Even though I didn't even fucking knew it came out until like 3 episodes in because I didn't realize it came on Prime. Giggity.
That's what you did there.
Oh boy. All right. All right, Ethan.
Why is it Tower of God?
Yeah.
Tower of God would have been 5 when you think about it. No, Tower of God, I enjoyed the overall. Like I understand people's premise with it being relatively slow as regards to the first half of the season. I still enjoyed it. Didn't mind it in the least. Season 2 was far better. Second half, core 2 of the second core was way better. Agreed than the first half. I love shows that when they present questions, they address the questions in a timely fashion. And even I think Tower of God does a good job of when they present you with the answers to questions, they leave you with more questions. And I don't mind shows like that are constant question answers, lots of QA, right? Like, why did this happen? We find out the following season, right? That's not a terribly long stretch of knowing it. And that I like that, right? I'm not waiting for something that's like, that's if you want to say like it works both ways, right? If you think of like an Attack on Titan, right, where they answer questions that were from season 1 and season 4, right? Like you can, if it's a good and bad, it's double-edged sword, right? It's like, damn, it took fucking forever to answer, but then when the payoff does happen, you're like, fuck, that's incredible. So it works in that way. I can take it or leave it depending on how they want to do it, but as long as the questions get addressed, that's all I care about. And so Tower of God really does a good job of doing that. Animation's fine from that standpoint. A lot of decent fights, nothing oh my god incredible, but decent fights. The musical composition is solid from that perspective. And like I said, I just enjoyed it. I enjoyed the majority of not all the characters. I'm not gonna lie, there were some characters I don't give a fuck about and still don't. But the main characters that played integral parts in trying to rescue Bam, and developing the more important characters to come, like a Wegman, who I didn't like early on, but he grew on me, so he's fine. And being able to develop them to be able to start laying a foundation for the questions. I like that. Even though I hate Rahel, surprised I didn't put her as the antagonist of the season, but we didn't really get a hell of a lot of Rahel early on or throughout the season, basically.
She wasn't in workshop battle until like the last episode.
Yeah. So I couldn't in good faith put her as an antagonist of the season, despite the fact I loathe her. But at least now we've established she's not doing that fake bullshit of like, I'm in the wheelchair because I'm a cripple. No, you're not, bitch. Fucking, I hope you become a cripple, but who knows when or if that happens. But nonetheless, though, like I said, I think really what drives it to that score is just the consistency. I thought it was fairly consistent. It had its high points, but the low points weren't so low that we're like, oh, like with Bleach had its high points, but then the low moments were just like, come the fuck on. I never got that with Tower of God. So I thought it was fairly consistent from that standpoint. And we got a good happy ending to close the finale, and it sets up more questions, sets up the finale, sets up what season 3 is going to be about, the Hell's Train. So that's looking interesting. Kasano was a nice little side piece, the way that they introduced Karaka, and giving that tie to Wegman, and then having Yeon look at the fucking ring. So there's power plays. There's positions for like power and things like that, as it relates to the tower, and more questions to be answered, perhaps in terms of the lore of the tower, which I would like to see more of, perhaps. They have the other guy, Mizano, I think is his name. He's going to play a huge factor at some point, so I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, there's a lot of intrigue with Tower of God, and so this is going to be one of those shows where like you keep it on like a decent like low high area, like, you know, your 3.75s, your 4.25 max, probably, because the way that they're building it up, you have more expectations. Like I had a lot of expectations when season 2 or season 1 finished, with Rahel pushing Bam off and quote unquote killing him. And now I have even more expectations in terms of, now that Bam is reunited with everybody, he's a lot more powerful. Everyone says like he's grown, he's more powerful than any of us really realize or can imagine. How do they tap into that? How do we see those things? Where do they go from there? So I have a lot of expectation for season 3 when they eventually announce it. So that's why I gave it number 1. Long story short, is it a number 1 anime in reality? No. Again, as I mentioned, that's Orb or ReZero in my opinion. But nonetheless, it was still solid. Point blank, period.
That's fair. For mine, I probably still would have given it number 1. Despite the fact that a lot of really good shows are carrying over, it makes it really unfair. That's an issue. But it's still down to den. Despite that shitty cliffhanger, it doesn't nullify that a lot of the episodes were almost amazing, near perfect, with the acrobatic silky stuff, the fight with Turbo Granny, just the characters a lot of fun. They're either quirky, like they're like stupid with how they are. Like, are they like, it's like one of those reasons, like, are they dated? Like, no, worse, they're fucking stupid. But that's how it is with that. But no, that I liked all the interactions. Grandma ISA is also fucking hot. She was almost a wife of, but you know, shampoo. But but no, action's great, animation's awesome. Really like the soundtrack. Fun characters. There's a lot of good stuff with it, despite that one little issue with that episode.
I can't believe it's off his list entirely.
Yes, I wouldn't go that far.
I enjoyed the series. I really loved it. It's just like, why would it's just such an awkward like cutting off point, and we have to wait till fucking spring for it to continue.
No, you mean July? You have to wait till July.
Yeah, so summer, so even worse.
But I mean, think of your honorable mentions. You're telling me you can't, in good faith, for the first 11 and a half episodes, put it at minimum in an honorable mention?
It was number 2. It was number 2 until like I really thought about it. Like, why is this not like lower? If not because of like, I really thought about how bad that ending was. Like, an ending could really like ruin a show. Like,
well, I said 365, and
on the
this
person,
bumped
like,
up
a lot of
everything
people
because of that.
pick it back up because of that ending.
Okay.
I'm just shocked it's not on the list, even at like a 13. Just like, oh, it was at 2, and then the fucking ending was shit, so now it's 13. I have to remark that everything else was amazing. I don't know. That's my opinion, but whatever. It's your opinion, Chris. Whatever works.
That's fine. But
so it's not going to be 30 now. Because then that doesn't make sense, Chris. For you to not include a show in your 13, but you're going to include it in your 30.
No, it's not going to be my 30 because, yeah, that ending was just really disappointing.
I hope to do it again in season 2 now.
I'll fucking kill you.
Hey, Matt, if we have fans...
Even suggesting that, I'll kill you.
Matt, if we have fans and they love Don to Don, we just lost them.
I know a lot of people in the anime group love that and Don.
Yeah, they.
Oh no, yeah, I fucking love it. I just don't like the fucking way they chose to end season. Like, at least make it a 13 episode, or like, I don't know, don't fucking end it on that fucking cliffhanger. Make it 11 episodes. Just don't start an arc and then fucking not even finish it.
That's fair. But the hell, and even as a dub, it was a lot of fun. That was how I watched it. I like the voice acting for it. I had a great time. So that was why I was number 1. It probably still would have been given everything else, I think the only thing that probably would come close is Orb and ReZero. They're all like they would all have like the same score, but just again, there was so much carrying over, and the rest are like below 4. That's like that. This is unfair. This is an unfair list. Like I may as well just not do one. But yeah, that is my number 1. Before we go, we're gonna do a quick rundown of what we are watching.
We have Chris on. That's not quick.
Yeah. Well, Chris has the whole catalog for winter. We're good there.
It's not that much. I only have 44.
Oh my
You're not
god,
gonna say them all.
bro! That's 20 more than I have.
Same. What the fuck?
Well, like half of them are carryovers or season 2s of shows I've already watched.
That is wild.
Pain. Pain, Chris. Pain.
All
I was
right,
gonna
I
make a
guess
joke
I'll
that
just
Chris
start
was
this-
Chris was talking about what's it called? Homeboy trying to get a blowjob. And I'm just like, you know,
Oh.
if Chris got more blowjobs, he might not watch as much anime. Might not be a bad thing. Need some more blowjobs in your life, Chris.
probably. But
Every
I also,
blowjob is one anime off.
But-
Minimum.
also to be fair, I watch most of my anime while I'm driving an Amazon truck, so like it's fine.
That's crazy how you can absorb anything from that. That's wild.
It's very dull just driving for like 10 hours straight.
That's why I do podcasts and horror stories.
Yeah, I know that. Like, yeah, but to listen to a whole anime.
I'm
No,
mostly
no.
just
I'll watch it to and from work, which is basically an episode there and an episode back. That's it.
All right, let's start this off with my continuals. Ari Ferretta, Season 3, Part 2. Blue Miburo. Blue Exorcist, Blue Night Arc. Kenshin. Orb. Amagami Sisters. Blue Box. Shangri-La Season 2. Those are my 8 fucking continuals. No. Wait, is ReZero airing this season?
Yeah.
Next?
Yes, it is.
February.
Okay, so that too.
45.
No, I've already have that in my list. That's already a
Really?
part of the 44. Solo Leveling Season 2, 100 Girlfriends Season 2, Apothecary Diary Season 2, Sakamoto Days, even though people are saying watch out, it's probably not going to be that good. I'm going to still check it out. Dockstone.
Yeah, it's the same people that leaked the Blue Lock leak saying that people are going to be disappointed.
Yeah, I know. So, like, I'm hesitant, so it might be a drop. Dockstone Season 4, Hated Wife and hated girl the most hated girl in my class is now my wife or whatever the fuck it's called. It's super long. I didn't want to write the whole
I'm
thing
getting
down.
married to the girl I hate.
That one.
Yes.
Unnamed Memory Season 2. Alchemist Isekai. Guild Receptionist Fantasy. Welcome to Japan, Miss Elf. Fruit Master Anime. Charms don't work on Kuroiwa Medaka. Appraiser Isekai. Behemoth Cat, which is great so far. A-Rank Party.
Damn.
Yeah, episode 1 came out like 2 days ago. High Dive if you're interested. A-Rank Party formed with students, fantasy anime, Fate Strange Fake, My Crush at Work, Neat Kunoichi, Honey Lemon Soda, Hanako-kun Season 2, Red Ranger Isekai, Okinawa Girls, Grisaya Phantom Trigger, Ishura Season 2, Promise of Wizard, Zeshu, Hanashura, Amaku MD, Medalist, Tasakari Hotel, Momentary Lily, Formagia, and Tosochu Great Mission.
And breathe.
And see.
Ah.
Crazy.
All right, Ethan. What do you got?
Give me a second because I'm gonna try and write these down in real time while we talk.
Okay.
Give me a second. That's
So Matt, you go first.
They're done.
Alrighty. While Ethan's writing down, I'm continuing Kenshin, Trillion Game, ReZero, Orb, Blue Box, Shangri-La, anything else that I forget, and Dragon Ball. Link Click came back already, so that's added. Solo Leveling, Apothecary Diaries, Sakamoto Days, Dr. Stone Season 4, Happy Marriage Season 2, 100 Girlfriends Season 2, Hanako-kun Season 2, Honey Lemon Soda, Zenshu. Hold on. Where's the rest of my stuff?
Oh no.
Medalist, Flower and Ashura, and Tasokare Hotel, Momentary Lily, and that is it. I might add Bureaucrat Dad, or the girl I'm married to the girl I hated in my class. I might add those depending on reviews. All right, now Ethan, what do you got?
All right. By the way, so far in terms of shared, what I typed, I think we have a couple more, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Okay.
13 when ReZero comes back.
right.
In terms of the shareds, and I think we have a couple more, so we might be somewhere in the neighborhood of 15. For me, my comebacks are Miburo, Blowbox, or
Blowbox.
Sorry, that's the Dojin. No, I'm just kidding. So Blue Box, Miburo, Orb, Kenshin, Trillion Game, Daima, ReZero. That's already 7. Golly, fuck. Solo Leveling, Apothecaries, Stone, 100 Girlfriends, Happy Marriage, Honey Lemon, Girl I Hate in My Class. I may be a guild receptionist, but I'll solo. I think I'm gonna watch that one. Impervious to My Charms, Work Crush, Unnamed Memory, Flower and Ashura, Okinawa Girls, Anyway I'm Falling in Love with You, and that's it. So 13 new ones on top of the 7 that I'm bringing back. So I'm at 20.
Yeah, I'm like, I believe I'm at 20 as well, 2021.
So let me just recap real quick. You said girl class is maybe.
Yeah, that's a maybe.
Can vouch.
And
Yeah.
then I'm watching Guild Receptionist alone.
No, you're not.
Well, Chris.
Yeah, but he's saying with me.
Yeah. In case you're out, I get to talk about Guild Receptionist with Matt.
Oh, you're not watching Behemoth Cat?
Huh?
You're not watching Behemoth Cat? I thought you were totally on board after Inokai-san's dog.
That was a maybe. It's a maybe. Is it a short or is it a?
It's a full-blown episode.
See, if it's a short, I'd be with the shits.
Or that might be his end season binge.
that might be my end season binge. Work Crush, is mine. What else do I got? Fuck me. This is trying to coordinate all this is such a pain in the dick sometimes. Okinawa Girls. We said Flower and Asher together. Unnamed Memory is me alone. What else did I put Unnamed Memory here? No, I didn't. Okay, we're good there. All right. Well, obviously not alone with Chris, of course. And then I'm falling in love with you. I'm falling in love with you. I already did Matt.
Oh my.
All right. You repeat to me one more time the ones I'm missing. Right now, I have, in terms of your solos, I have Link Click, Hanako Season 2, Medalist, what is it? Toshogawa Hotel, was it?
Tasokare.
Hotel.
Okay.
Tasokare.
Oh, Tasokare Hotel.
Yeah.
Momentary Lily, and what else do you have?
You said Zenshu.
Zenshu. Okay, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 1, Go up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, I'm starting off, or you're starting off next year.
Ah, damn it.
You get to start off first. I've got 7, you got 6.
God damn it.
7, 8. Let me do my count. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then 3 zeros, 20. Yeah, I'm at 20 on the dot.
All right. But with that, guys, the cafe is closed for the final year. Follow me on Twitter, DamonPX12. Follow my Instagram, House Husband Cosplay. Follow Ethan, Anime Daisuke 24 on his Instagram. Follow his Twitter at Showstopper24. Follow Chris at CRYSDPHYR at his Twitter, at his Instagram. Basically, that's just plugs anywhere. We want to follow us, Otaku Cafe, on Facebook or on Twitter at Otaku Cafe Anime, as well as Instagram. We are available for wherever you listen to your podcasts, whether that's Spotify, Apple, Amazon. Just type in the Google search bar. We're there. We want to thank Sean, who is our editor. We want to thank W2Mnet, Chairshot Media, and Dershi Radio for hosting us on their platform. So just follow them for wherever you listen. They're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Just type in those names. You'll see it pop up on the screen. Next week is a 2-day, 2-parter with the annuals. Because holy shit. But till then, we'll see you in 2025. Happy New Year. Oyasumi and good night.
Goodbye, Sekai.
The sun goes to sleep, I find myself in a heap because it hurts so much to be away from you. It makes my day when I get a text from you, but still I say goodbye again. Let's hope this isn't the last time that I see your face, but hey, it's fine. I know everybody needs a little space. There's no one to blame. Goodbye again. Let's hope this isn't the last time that I hear your voice, but it's your choice. I can't keep you here forever. Just promise me that you'll